Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, as you can tell, we're in the white truck. So a couple of videos ago, our friends over at Nilight actually sent us a light bar for the 6.0, and with the light bar they sent me a set of pods. I asked them for some pods for this to put in the front bumper, so I went ahead and got back with them and said, hey, can I get another set of those pods for this front bumper, because this has got, you know, two sets of cutouts. So they went ahead and sent us another set of pods, so we're gonna go ahead and get those installed here today. So what I'm gonna do, because I have pods in the bumper already, so I'm gonna pull the truck down there. We're gonna get these old pods out of here, do something with the wiring harness for those pods, because these are their DRL series side shooters. So anyway, I'm gonna pull this down to the shop, try not to run the zero turnover down there, and we're gonna go ahead and start getting these pods installed. Alright, so we got the white truck pulled in here. Now, funny enough, I mentioned I've had Nilight stuff before. So these are actually Nilight pods, Nilight spots and floods, and then Yeti Motor sent us the ones that are over here. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting these out. They're not too difficult in this truck to remove. It would be easier if it was a little taller. That way you could get, you know, behind the bumper, but it is what it is. It's not too terribly difficult. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting these things out of here, and here in a moment we will open up our new Nilight side shooters. Alright, so I've got our old pods out. So they're out. The harness, I don't know, we'll figure something out with the harness, but anyway, so now we're ready for our new pods, and here they are. So these are the Nilight Pro Nixmen series side shooters with DRLs. These are super nice. So if we open these up, take a look. Super nice packaging. I do like the packaging. Same as the light bar we did on the red truck. Here are the pods. So you do get your harness. Here are your brackets and your hardware. Set that out of there. You do get, you know, a little thing here. You can scan the code for installation instructions. And then you have the pods themselves. These things are super nice. I took one of my Milwaukee 12-volt batteries over there in the house the other day and lit one of these up, and these are insanely bright. So I will show y'all that here in a bit. Now, one thing, kind of complaint, is I really wish these had connectors on them, you know, like this light bar did. You can just plug and play, you know, good to go. But it's not the end of the world. I do wish they came with their connectors. They do give you connectors here, but again, I wish they were pre-crimped. You know, that's one little complaint that I have, but again, not the end of the world. So I'm hoping that we don't have any problems fitting these into the bumper. We shouldn't, I don't think, but these are a little bit larger than the other pods, so I guess we're going to see. I'm going to go ahead, crimp these connectors on, go ahead and get the brackets on these, and I'll test fit one of them, make sure everything's good to go and we don't have any issues with our bumper, and well, I will show y'all some of the process along the way. Also, guys, one thing as well, since the white truck has two cutouts on each side, and then these harnesses, again, these are super nice harnesses. same as the one for the red truck. But super nice harnesses, but as you can see, they do have 2 sets of leads, which is nice for doing a set. But what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to take and wire these together. That way I have one lead going to one side, one lead going to the other side, and that way in the truck I don't have 2 different sets of switches. So we're going to try that. Shouldn't be a big deal, so just thought I would mention that. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to go ahead, get these brackets on, test fit this one, and make sure that we'll be all good to go. Alright, so they do fit, not the greatest fit. These are a little bit taller than they really need to be for that bumper, but they will work. So we're going to go ahead and get these all put together. Now, one thing I mentioned on the other light bar is, one thing I really like about these is they have impressions cut out. That way you don't have to take a wrench and try to hold this. Some of the other pods that I've gotten before didn't have that, and that is a very, very nice feature. So get your brackets on here. They're relatively simple. Just like so. Nice snug fit. Line your bolt holes up, and these are Allen head bolts. Really nice Allen head bolts, and they give you the Allen key that fits these bolts, which is very nice. But I'm gonna go ahead, get these on here, and I'll show you what they look like before we install them. Alright guys, so we got them all assembled here. Got all the brackets on. I just got them sitting here on the table to get a video for my Instagram reels. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start getting these in the truck. We need to get them wired together. I don't know, we might do that before we mount them or after. We'll see. I guess it's whatever he wants to do. But we kind of got everything laid out, or he did. Got everything laid out, kind of how it's going to be. That way we can make sure we have enough wire for everything. We don't need to extend anything or anything like that. So anyway, I guess we're going to go ahead and get these in the bumper and see what we're looking like. Alright, so I got the battery out of the truck because I'm going to go ahead and run this wire down where we need it. So pull the battery box out. As you can see, this is where I run all of my wiring. It's nice and clean. Loosen the washer fluid tank. That way I can run my wires around and down and everything. Now, where we're going to connect is behind this cover. Pop it up and take it off. Set that there. Now, behind here, there's this power lug right there for the interior stuff. So I'm going to mount my relays right here where these other 2 relays are mounted, because it's nice and clean. I can also use that for my ground, or there's another stud right there for ground. So I'm going to go ahead, run these wires, run everything down, and make sure everything's nice and tidy up here, because I want all this to be as clean as possible. I know the truck is filthy, but I want the wiring to look good. So that's the goal for that. So I guess with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, run everything down, and I'm going to try to clean that up over here as well. But run everything, get it all nice and clean, and then we can go ahead and tie our lights together and get them mounted. Alright, so I got this all back together. Again, use that factory ground, use the factory little power point there. I didn't mount the relay over here, but we can if we need to. But we got the pods mounted as well. My grandpa ended up having to extend the wiring for this side. Wasn't quite long enough to reach, but got the pods mounted on both sides. Again, they're a little tall. They do hit up there, both of them. Those over there are the same way. So they're a little high, they're aimed a little high, but at some point, I think we was talking about possibly redoing these brackets in here, or if I get a new bumper, you know, they'll be different. But for right now, this will work. They're just a little bit high. But anyway, still got to run the switch into the truck. But here's the DRL, and then the pods themselves. So very bright. But anyway, I'm going to start running this over. I'll probably run it along with that wire. We need to get those tucked up at some point. But for the time being, since this is, or that is temporary, then we're just going to run it with it. And then again, at some point, we're going to do something different with those. And we're going to run it through that grommet right there. You see those other wires going in there? So that's where we're going to run the switch wire. So I guess I'm going to hop up here and go ahead and start doing that. Alright guys, so had to move the relay back over here where it's noticeable. Not real happy about that, but whatever. We didn't have enough wire, which is why we had to move it for the switch. So we didn't have enough wire for it to go from over here behind the battery over and in, so we had to move it back over here beside the other one. But I guess it is what it is. So we run it through up the dash, pop this piece out here. This piece is going to get replaced at some point. It's got holes for switches, and there's another one right there, and there's another one under this switch here. That's why I put this switch where I did, because there's a rather large hole underneath it for one of these rocker switches. So that's why I put it right there, and it's, you know, it's easy to get to, but it's also out of the way. So the top, which is green is for the DRLs, and then red on the bottom is for the pods themselves. So as you can see, I mean, they're off, but that is also doing part from the bumper. So we will redo that at some point, but for the time being, you can get an idea of how they look. So I'm gonna pull this thing out of here, take it back up to the house, and I will show you what they look like here at daytime. And then when it gets a little darker tonight, I'll come back out and I will show y'all how they look at night and the output and everything of them. Alright guys, so had to park over here, but you can get an idea of them. The DRLs, and then we'll go in here and turn the pods on. DRLs off, pods on. And these things they're bright, I will say. So again, do need to aim them, but for the time being, y'all can still get an idea of how bright they are. So pretty happy with them, for sure. I just wish, again, I just wish the cutouts were a little bigger, maybe a little lower, and then these brackets need to be a little lower, but all in all, not that big a deal. So I guess I will catch y'all here in a bit, and we will take a look at these when it gets dark. Alright guys, so it's a little bit later, and well, it's dark, so here I come out here, we'll take a look at these. I haven't really looked at them. I wish it showed on camera, but these DRLs are bright, but it doesn't really show very well output. But those are bright. So that is just the DRLs, and again, very, very bright. That's insane. You can see there, just the DRLs, and then if we come in here, yeah, you can kind of see the output there. And then DRL's off, DRL's on, and then, oh my goodness. That is the pods. Obviously, you can see that this side is way high, but that is, that's ridiculous. Well, you can see, I mean, again, those are ridiculously bright, especially for pods. Yeah, that's nuts. But I'm gonna pull the truck over here in the yard, and we're gonna get a little better idea as far as the distance on these. And then here is my LED headlights, Auxito LED headlights, and switchbacks. So low beam, high beam, and then, you know, obviously the pods. Cut the pods off. That's the headlights, and then back with the pods. And again, that's ridiculous. Obviously, we need to aim them. I get that, but that's crazy. All right, guys. So pulled down here by the shop. I don't know if you can see that very well, but figured I'd kind of show y'all. So y'all are in front of the mirror right now. This is the DRLs. So DRLs are very bright. I'm actually kind of surprised, to be completely honest with y'all. And then my switchback headlights are the switchback signals. You can see there. LED headlight bulbs, and then the pods. So the pods are just insane, to be honest with you. Y'all know I have the 6-inch rough country light bars behind my grill, and this is them. So if we cut the pods off, this is the rough country bars. They're very bright, but when you compare them to these 4 little bitty pods, that's ridiculous. I will say that is very, very bright. But I'm gonna hop out of here. Hopefully y'all don't get too much noise. The neighbors' kids back there making a lot of racket, but you know, that's fine. That's what kids do. It's good to see them outside doing this than sitting in the house playing video games. But anyway, let's hop out here. I'm gonna turn the rough country lights off, and take a look here. So again, they're just insane. I don't know how else to say it. They're very, very bright. And again, these are their Side Shooter Pro Nixmen series lights from Nilight. That's for pods especially. That is very, very impressive, I will say. I've installed lots of lights. I've had lots of lights, and that's impressive, I will say. But I'm gonna get some Instagram Reels content real quick, and I'll hop back in the truck, and I guess I will end up the video here. And also, so y'all can get an idea, this is with the DRLs. So, I mean, they're bright, but I honestly wouldn't feel bad about driving this down the road with these. And they look more yellow in person, but these are more like a crisp, bright light, if that makes sense. I don't know why the camera's distorting it like it is, but these are a bright, you know, kind of a cool white, not a warm white. But anyway, let's I don't know what these people are doing over here, but I'm gonna hop in here, take this truck back up to the house, and we will end the video out here. Okay, so just once more, that you're seeing is the glare off the window. my windshield's fogged up. For some reason now in this truck, the air only works on defrost. So I think it's a little check valve, but anyway, we'll figure that out. But again, this is the DRL on the pods. Doesn't really show much on camera, but they're definitely there. They're very bright. And the switchback turn signals, LED headlights, which are Auxito LED headlights. If anybody wants a set of Auxito LED headlights, there is a discount code down below in the description of the video to save you some money off your pods, or off of your headlights, I'm sorry. And also, speaking of the pods, there will be a link down below also in the description to Nilight's Amazon store, where you can get yourself a set of these. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe there is also a link to their website, but I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me on that. But here we have the 6-inch rough country light bars, and then the pods. So again, very, very bright. That tree is probably 100 or 200 feet behind the house, for a little indication there. But guys, I will reckon that is probably going to be a wrap for this video. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.